Well, what happened was, from the start, some bloke come walking in here, through this way, and he was shouting out, "You're all a bunch of wankers, you're a waste of time, this is not proving anything." So I shouted out, "God loves you." And then a load of people run over, as they usually do, like a bunch of sheep, to anything that's going on. And the situation sort of like got more and more inflated. I stood up, went round to see this guy called Mark Edwards, who's an ex-cop. Basically punched this bloke. He then started throwing him about like a rag doll. I was seeing everybody down there just looking shocked and not knowing what to do about the situation. And I ran down there and I grabbed hold of him and I said, "What do you think you're doing?"
Yeah.
He goes, he just assaulted some woman. And I said, well, that's no way to sort out violence with violence. It never works. You do not get peace from war. So he's grabbed hold of my cane and thrown it in the road, and it got run over by a bus. At that point, somebody's got the cane and given it back to me. He's walked around somebody else and tried to knock the guy's phone out of his hand. You might have said like he's phoning the police or something like that. And then I've grabbed hold of him again and said, "Look, what do you think you're doing? Seriously, stop what you're doing, because you're just making all this lot look like idiots." It seems like, you know what I mean, what's your motive for doing this?
Just gives it a bad look sort of thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then like this was tied up at the time at the front, so he's grabbed hold of that and instantly twisted with his fist into my neck, so the sides tightened up and his fist was in the front. 5 seconds later, it felt like I was like having a blackout,
about to go
throwing a whitey. I'm shaking, I've grabbed up to grab his arms, he's shouting out like, "He's hitting me, and it's just like, I can't even speak to defend myself, and I'm shaking and blacking out. Then he's let go and dropped me. I'm falling on my arse. Then like I'm still convulsing like that, and I'm shaking about until my head has gone smack off the pavement, and that's how I got that.
Yeah.
Which.
Just want to get a close up on that. So that's assault there, isn't it?
Well, for sure. Yeah, well, it's like, you know what I mean, strangling someone. Surely that's like attempted fucking murder if you're blacking them out.
Well, so did the police arrest you saying that you were breaching peace when you were just merely, like, simply trying to break up this fight sort of thing?
Well, what happened was, I've gone over and the other guy didn't want to make any reports or anything like that, and I was debating whether I should be making like any claims or any reports. And I said to the police, I don't want to make up my mind at the moment. I want to go and get myself cleaned up, and then like make my mind up like after that. And they were going, "Well, you've got to make it up now, right now, on the spot." It's like, well, no, I don't. He goes, "Well, he might be making allegations against you." And I said, "Am I being detained right now?" And he said, "Well, you're not being detained right now, but can you stay there?"
That's a vital thing to say, isn't it? Am I being detained?
Yeah, am I being detained? Yeah. And if they're not detaining you, you are free to go. So I asked him a couple of times, "Am I being detained?" And I just turned around when he said no, and went, well, tunned him and walked off. Because, like, if I'm not being detained, then and I've not broken any law, I've done nothing wrong. So I've walked away and I went and sat on the centre of the steps of St Paul's, and just felt like sanctuary, that area, sit here. And then the police came over and said, "Look, do you want to like make things up with him, shake him by the hand and drop it as it is?" And I've gone, "All right, then, yeah, I'll do that," because I didn't want to get anyone arrested or anything like that. So I walked over, shook him by the hand, and I said, "Well, congratulations, big man, you're the second person who knocked me out in my life." And you know what I mean, he said, "All right, yeah, we'll leave it." And then literally, I've gone to go and get my hat, which was 2 minutes later, under somebody's tarp over there. Went to pick that up, and as I come through the other side of the tarp, he was standing there saying, "You're a sellout, Dom, you're a sellout." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "You're a sellout." And I said, "You've got issues, bruv." Turned away, walked away, and he's come screaming after me. Police have come running up, and he's flaying his arms about, and you can see him on the first CCTV evidence where he's flaying his arms about. If anyone done that to a copper, they would have nicked him. Yeah. And it's carried on all the way up to the medical area, where I just went in, got myself cleaned up a bit more, got these two strips on me. There was 3 at the time. And then the police came up and said he's made an allegation of assault. So I got arrested. And then, like, basically, the final charges were suspicion of cannabis.
Having possession of cannabis.
Yeah, suspicion of possession of cannabis. But then again, in the interview, they were asking me if it was mine, and I was like, "Who's holding it?" And she said, "Me." I said, "Well, it must be yours. Possession is 9 times the law." And I was just playing all these kinds of silly games. When it went into the courtroom, I said, I'm here as a friend of the court. I believe there's been a mistake. I wish to seek remedy in the way of a proper notice. They asked me what my name was, and I said, are you requiring the name on the birth certificate? Which they eventually said yes. And I said, well, if it says Crown copyright on the birth certificate, how can I be liable for something that the Crown claimed to own? This went back and forth, and they said, are you Dominic Lohan? And I said, did you come up with that name yourself? Which is a quote from the Bible, where they asked Jesus in court, are you Jesus, King of the Jews? And he said, did you come up with that name yourself? He played the name game, right? But he got crucified, because the system don't like truth tellers. And I actually think that something is a bit darker at play here, because...
So what do you think of that flag behind you? Because it's quite iconic on the camera. The anonymous flag has been flying behind you the whole time.
It's a prison planet. Nothing to do with me. A guy in a suit and a question mark. Yeah, I am not a number. You know what I mean? It's well set up. This is like organised from the top down. The New World Order is here controlling you from the Occupy movement. They're going to end up going in, getting deals with the elitist bankers, creating a new monetary system with fairer equity and a new tax system, the Robin Hood tax or something like that. It's all a con, where they're going to give you a new monetary system which is controlled from the crown down. It's more control, more rules put upon you, more slavery, less freedom. And I'm not up for that, so I will speak my mind at every opportunity. And the things I'm finding out about Occupy London looks like it's an inside job, where you ask questions about things like, so what bank account is it going in, and they won't answer you, so you tell them that it's going into the Climate Camp Action account. And it's like, okay, so who's the signatories? We don't have to tell you that. Okay, can we see the accounts? Well, we haven't got a proper accountant at the moment. Okay, can we bring an accountant in then? Well, that cost you loads of money. And I said, don't worry about that, we'll sort that out. Can we bring an accountant in? And they said no. So there's not much transparency, and it's being organised by the people that go on the microphone there all day long and then go home. They sit in Starbucks, yeah, anti-capitalist against the bankers, putting money into a banking system, using their fraudulent fiat currency. It's like you're supposed to be against the bankers. Make an impact to the Occupy the world and burn the money. Occupy New York is making something like $250,000, someone told me earlier. So that's only hearsay, but if they're making $250,000, then the people should be screaming over there, where's the money gone? Burn it. Make an impact. Or at least buy seeds and grow stuff. Do something with value to it. Start growing stuff. They've been here weeks, they're not growing a thing. Well, tell a lie. I've put some rosemary and some basil up on the monument up there. I thought we need an herb garden. We might need pigs, we might need chickens in over there. You know what I mean? This is it. If you want to show people how to live free from corporate control, mean it. Don't sit there and have 3-hour meetings discussing, like, if you're allowed a cup of tea after midnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're shutting the people's kitchen after midnight. What's that about? You know what I mean? Is it only open for public hours where the media can see it and go, oh, good job, lads, yeah. Invite more people down so we can blame the banking collapse on everyone. And then they can enforce more enslavement upon people.